Come and listen to this tale about a dude named Ted, standing there just looking at the tools in his shed. And then he got to thinking, just looking ain't no fun. Let's pick one up and plug it in and see if it'll run. It did. Pretty good, too. Now old Ted's a happy guy 'cause he's got a pretty wife. Figures if he plays it right, he'll keep that gal for life. That gal, her name is Beverly, and he's her hillbilly. He's sweet on her, she's sweet on him, they're happy as could be. She's Beverly, he's Hillbilly, he's Beverly's Hillbilly.
Okay, so I think it's had enough time to dry up. I'm going to take these clamps off of here. I've got only one of these left, the other one broke. I don't know, I hope you can see that. It's got a nice edge there now for
delivery at Smitty's Appliances, River Road, Corbyville. Countertop Express, adding value.
going to need some fine tuning
That's right, you want to put
on whether to do it on camera or off.
Judge you by your kitchen credit. That's right, Russell.
Maybe
yes.
off.
Walk into the house and then, you're trying to sell the house. Make sure that.
Okay, so I've got the box cut, I've got the pieces fit together, and I'm going to make a 12-inch hinge out of that piece of piano hinge. And much as I dislike it, here's the device.
Debbie Checker on 800. CJ Jr. Reflections before that just like Romeo and Juliet. Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Didn't they die at the end of that story? Yes, they did. That's not very nice. No, it's not. 416.
I've got it set in the vise already. And 12 inches is right to that joint there.
Just don't mind the fine print.
And I'm going to see if I can cut it square.
Music all afternoon long here in the Freddie Bear Show. There's a new
I'm not
CD
very
that's coming out in
handy yet.
December called The Beach Boys Party Uncovered and Unplugged. The Beach Boys Party album came out in 1965. It was intended to be sort of a casual album.
I'm not very handy with a hacksaw. Anything that requires use of the hands is almost out of the question, because I ruined them 15 years ago. What is today? November 20th, so 15 years and 1 month ago, or thereabouts. It was October 20th, 2000. 20 feet to a concrete floor is not good news. Especially when you get old enough, you don't bounce anymore. So that got bent a bit, of course. So I'll straighten it in the vise. Yeah, it's still a little crooked. That looks better. I'll clean up the nastiness over here on the grinder. You probably won't be able to see it because I'll be standing in front of it, but it's all right. There, nice and smooth so that it doesn't bite anybody. And there's our piano hinge. Now to find some brass screws to screw it down with. Well, mission accomplished. I found some 1/2-inch screws, and now 2 5/8. So I need to make it 2 9/16 theoretically. And that's supposed to be centered on there. Now what I didn't do was bring something to drive the screws with. And here we go. This is my screwdriver, since the wrist won't turn anything. Get one end started and see how we do. That seems to be centered. For you American viewers, if there ever are any, that right there is what we call a Robertson bit. And here's why it's superior to any Phillips bit. Well, you just saw I had to wiggle the thing to make it let go of the screw. And yes sirree, once that's on there, he's on there, and I can proceed with driving a screw without worrying about dropping the stupid thing. And I can see quite nicely because this machine has a nice little pair of 3 lights on there. Lets me see really well to start the screw and make sure that it started dead center and doesn't wander off someplace. And convince it to let go. I don't want you all to be too jealous. You'll probably never have a Robertson screw in your country. But there it is. And I like it. I'm only going to put a few in to start with, just to sure everything's working well. So here we go. Perfect. Now, those 1/2-inch screws are the shortest ones I can buy, and they protrude through just the slightest little bit, but a grinder takes care of that quite nicely. And the briefcase closes perfectly. I can put the rest of the screws in, and then I'll get to making some feet. I suspect you don't need to watch me put the screws in. Okay, so here we go again. What I've done is I've cleaned that up, and when I was jointing that, running it over the planer, it took a chunk out of there, which is okay though, because this also has some snipe. See? It's not straight along there. It's got a little right there. So I'm going to cut at a 45 here. And then I'm going to take a measurement, and you'll understand the reason for the 45-degree cuts here shortly. I'll show you. And there, after a bit of sanding to shine it up a little bit, is foot number 1. It'll be screwed on from the inside, and lo and behold, that 45-degree angle there becomes a stop so that the case can't open too far. Okay, anyway, I'm going to make a few more 3 more actually. Okay, a quick shot to show the feet glued on, clamped with these things. And once the glue dries, I will add some screws from the inside to hold them in place. And I guess it's time to finish sanding and put some finish on it. Okay.
So now I guess this episode is all done and said. I would like to thank you all for visiting with Ted. If you'd like to see what's next, why not subscribe and see? It's not that hard, just click on it. It's easy as could be. Comment too. I'd like that.